Hold on one second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go. Full on haters. This is something I don't understand. And so you got a white girl. Actually, it's kind of cute with her braids in her head. And a black chick walks up to her and tells her that she can't wear braids in her hair because she white. Did anybody tell the black chick that's running around with the cursed Indian women hair in their head that they can't wear that Indian woman hair? You do realize that hair that y'all be wearing in them weaves, those girls have had such bad luck in their lives that they go to the Buddhist temple and shave their heads to get rid of the curse that they feel is on them. And then she walk up to the little white girl and attack her because she got her braids on. She actually looked real cute.
That shit is ugly as We wear that shit.
It's braids.
Take that shit out now.
You're being for real?
Take that shit out now.
Okay, what's your problem?
Take that shit out now.
You were dressed in the store.
But take that shit out now. Take that shit out.
Braids.
That shit is ugly as fuck.
What is going on?
That shit is ugly though.
Hey,
Like, look at your fucking hair.
It doesn't look bad.
That's ugly.
Hey, please stop following us.
That shit is ugly
Now what you gonna do, big gorilla girl, is
as fuck.
you gonna run into one of these little girls that be training at MMA. You ain't training no MMA. All you know about is hair pulls and uppercuts. You gonna run into one of these girls that's training at MMA, and she gonna choke your gorilla behind out for all that foolishness. Leave that child alone. You gonna get laid out and choked out, then everybody gonna be like, Black Lives Matter. She shouldn't have choked her out like that. No, that girl got the right to wear what kind of hair she want here. You got caterpillar eyelashes on. Ain't nobody tell you take them eyelashes off. See, this is what stuff go wrong. Yeah. This is what stuff go wrong. This is where it goes drastically wrong because you're bothering people. Anybody tell you take that big old Jezebel earring out your nose? You know what I'm saying? Anybody tell you take that tattoo off your chest? What'd that say? Him was here. Him lives here. I might need some more classical because I'm about to lose it. Where's my Russian kid? Where's my Russian kid? Kiddo. No, I don't want to go. There we go. Thank you, kid, for help centering me. I'll be back to see you in a little while. We're going on. Peter Shifty Shift. Where's his little ugly behind that? These people right here, let's talk about them real quick. Now, I don't know if y'all saw in the news. Donald said, and I agree with Donald, if you happen to be on a college campus and you happen to be a pro-Palestine protester and you happen to be from Palestine and you over here on one of them visas, green cards, you going your behind back home. Because people gonna make this about, Palestinian and Jews. Truth of the matter is, bruh, you don't need to be on college campuses acting a fool like this. And I'm gonna say this. The reason why this happens on these college campuses, because ain't nobody out there and on these campuses about that action. I went to Southern University A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I will say this to you. If pro-Palestine people came on Southern University A&M College's campus and started beating on doors and trying to raid in a male dorm, what would have happened is the fire alarm would have got pulled. Everybody would have went outside and whooped the living crap out of them. I'm serious. My dorm room was a project. And ask anybody about Jones Hall on Southern University campus, it was like a giant project. I mean, 2, 4, 6, it was one room, 4 suites, 1 bathroom. It was like a project. And the one thing I can tell you is, when nobody playing none of them games, if you came to campus with this foolishness, it would have ended bad. I mean, How many of them people? Let's say it's 100 people. Yeah. We had more than enough to walk out there and deal with that. So they kind of need to calm down before somebody really get hurt, because it's nonsensical. But I can see it continuing to happen on college campuses, on those particular college campuses. I can see it happening. On other campuses, that you're not going to do that. No, that's going to end bad for you. But I feel like he needs to get rid of these people for sure.
Wait, should we tip it? Should we tip it over? United! We'll never be defeated! Stop! Can someone pop this up? We'll never be defeated!
Are they're blocking them into the... Yeah, this is terrorism. Charged with crimes related to these protests in the first have their visas revoked. ICE will assist in removing these persons from our country. Why are we allowing people who hate our country to stay here? I agree. If you don't like America, go. If you feel like you need to march around with a flag from another nation, go. If you need to run around talking about Viva Mexico, we need to pick you up and go. And we're quickly getting to that point, ladies and gentlemen, where the majority of the American people are going to be A-OK with these people being rounded up. I'm going to show you something, how you can know the most pivotal point of this, and how you know the most important. This young man right here was a turning point for the United States of America. And the treatment of this young man who has had 6 brain surgeries was the ignition. It was the fire ignited to where people give 0 Fs. Like me and you, we gave 0 Fs a long time ago. Let's just keep it real. I mean, we didn't. We gave 0 Fs. But see, there's another group of people that now realize, hold on, man, these people crazy. That little boy, no matter what skin color he was, the little boy had 6 brain surgeries and had brain cancer. The little boy got awarded and made an honorary Secret Service person. And they looked at the Democratic Party and they didn't cheer. And then watch this. For the older, now I talked to my dad about this, the older black generation, and he's like, son, you saw them people not clap for that little boy? I said, yeah, that's people you've been voting for, homie. I can't deal with that. That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. But that's who they've been. That's who they are. And what we saw was Donald Trump say, hey, there's nothing I can do to make y'all happy, make y'all even stand up and clap for me. They didn't stand up and clap. Then he goes on to highlight all these people that he's helped. They didn't clap. They didn't stand. They had ample opportunity to make themselves look like, we love America. And then the news media comes out and attacks the little boy. Man, let me tell you something. When they start snatching up immigrant families, the American people are not going to give a damn. I promise you, we getting to the point to when they start snatching, they're going to be like, they're separating families. People be like, I don't give a damn. And that's what we've been heading our way to. Remember, I said this. I was like, ICE is not going to have no problem deporting the criminals. The media is not going to have no problem with it. I said, but when we get to the point to where we got to go get the mom and the sons and the daughters and throw them out, that's when we're going to get to a point where we're going to see what kind of stomach America got. But see, before we got to the point to where we needed to see what America could stomach on the behalf of illegals, now we got to see what the Democratic Party would do to the American stomach as it pertains to American citizens. And this was a decisive moment. in the battle of good and evil. And when you go and see what the young man said, and I don't know if I could find it, but I'm gonna try and paraphrase it. He said something like, I'm never giving up. I'm going to keep on going. As long as God wants me here, I'll be here until God decides he going to take me. When I saw that little boy saying that and I read that, I said, oh boy, that's what I like to call a Jesus Christ trap and snare. Yeah. God takes somebody, a little boy, and if you really pay attention to him, miraculous, marvelous little kid, and highlights him and lifts him up. A reflection of him inside a child and holds it up. Him being lifted up, Jesus being lifted up as a little infant that a kid that needs help. And then you just disrespect him. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people. But I think this was a lesson.
The most disingenuous thing I've ever heard. So you take this child and then you literally migrate him through the future in this imaginary future, saying, I hope he doesn't have to experience this. I hope he doesn't have to experience this. And you use that child as a weapon in a soundbite that in the moment where you should have been like, man, that was just cute. That was amazing. Congratulations, DJ. No, that's not good enough. You can't do that. You got to be wicked and evil. They got to be wicked and evil. And the cute people will tell you they're all actors. It's all a show. And, it's a show. Somebody told her to say that. No, that bitch is wicked and evil. Stop saying it's a show. The bitch is wicked and evil. Joy Reid wasn't no show. Joy was wicked and evil. Everything ain't no game. There's wicked, evil people. You don't understand until they blow your leg off. Go ask anybody in the military who lost a leg and arm if it was all a show. No, they ran into some wicked people that blew their leg and their arm off. I might need to go back to the classical music.
Let me be clear. The U.S. does not have a revenue problem. We have a spending problem.
That's what leads to inflation.
We are right where we have been in the long-term averages, 17.5%, 18.5% of revenues. That hasn't changed. What has changed is this blowout spending. Over the past 40 years, the deficit has averaged about 3.5%. So we were at 21, 22% of GDP spending. Previous administration blew it out to 25. Some of the things they put in place, if we hadn't grabbed them by the horns, this thing was going to blow out even more. And so we've stabilized it. We're bringing it down, and we're going to go from there. Let me be clear. The U.S.
Now, let's get into some of the reasons why people have decided they're going to leave the Democratic Party. And this is what you need to understand. All this was provoked by that speech and by their reaction. So this is going on all over liberal social media land. People are coming to the conclusion that, man, I can't be messing with these people. But it's waves of it. Most of the time we expect like the collapse of a party or individual or a group of people to be like a singular event, like the wall just collapsed. But even if you were to take a brick wall and you were to push it over, you'll notice that the top bricks fall, and then they kind of disassemble, and it's line upon line, precept upon precept that they fall. It's because there's different people along different spectrums of understanding as to an awakening of what's going on. People call it the Great Awakening. It's not a singular event. even though it hits this singularity where it's like, oh crap, everybody wakes up. But it's not a singular event. It's all these awakenings for people at their different levels. And this is how you know it's God, more importantly, the Holy Spirit, because it's almost like it's a ministry to each person based on what exactly bothers them the most. It's unique. It's beautiful. And if you know Ruach Elohim, Ruach HaKodesh, you know it's him because it's how he moves men. What moves me ain't going to move you. What moves you ain't going to move her. And so you know it's him because he's literally going through giving knowledge to people behind the scenes, bringing them into knowledge and understanding that makes them fall out of agreement with the foolishness. Anyway, I done went too far.
Stay focused this morning because I've been going through all of your posts and you were fired up. I'll tell you this. If you are on the side where you wake up and Stephen Colbert is making fun of the Democrats, he went online and went to talk about, I really appreciated how the Democrats were holding up in protest at the address last night with their little paddles. He said, I wasn't sure if they were making a message or if they were bidding at an antique auction. And he said, I made my own paddle. I made my own message. And he held it up and it said, do something. That is the point. If you as a Democrat, if you as a liberal do not like what you see and you do not like what is going on, get up and do something about it. But here's where we're going to go. We're going to get right into this because I'm telling you what, this is where you lose me. This is where you lost me. I am an independent. I don't lean right. I don't lean left. I lean people. I vote people over party. And there's a reason that I do this. And so here's where you lost me and here's where you lose the people, Democrats. And here's why you keep losing these elections. This is why. You had 3 opportunities to stand up for Americans that had suffered in this country and you sat your asses down. Give me a break. Let's just start with DJ, the 10-year-old with cancer, who fought it, who beat it, and who has a passion and a desire to be a police officer. He was made an honorary Secret Service agent. It was one of the most heartwarming things I had ever seen. I couldn't contain myself. I couldn't help but crying. And to see a Secret Service man who, by definition, is just all hands off, right? We don't hug them. We don't touch them. We don't even get in their personal space. Literally lost it and embraced this little boy. Not one Democrat stood up. Not one. Not one. I'm so done with you people. Then you have Lake and Riley's family. This woman was raped, murdered, and beat to shit dead. That's the facts and the reality of it by 2 illegal Venezuelans. No, I'm sorry, 1. It was the other girl that was beat by 2 illegal Venezuelans. This one was it? Jose Ibarra came into this country illegally and was allowed into this country illegally. And he took the life of a young American nursing student. Why are you mad about this woman? You stand up for women's rights and you're not mad? You're not angry? You sit your ass down and you sit there because you're so pissed off at Trump? What the f*** is wrong with you? And then you have the family for Jocelyn Nunegray. 12 years old. My son is 12. Come at me. I'll cut you. 12 years old. Her life is over because of Venezuelan immigrants that came into this country. They raped her. They murdered her. He dedicated a refuge to her because she has a passion for nature. And you assholes sat down. What's wrong with you?
Whew. I can feel that anger. Well, it goes back to what I was saying before. I'm not going to even put you through that rest of that emotional roller coaster because she is genuinely pissed off. And if you like me, you literally feel it like vibrating through your body. But I said this earlier. None of them people got no children. Girl, them people ain't got nothing in common with you. I got more in common with you than they will ever have in common with you. They ain't got no children. They ain't struggled through nothing. They are lawyers who move themselves into positions of power, and they have no commitment to anything other than themselves and their ideas and their concepts. They're false constructs of their minds. Yeah, I know how the world should work. It is I. I know what it is. My name is Al Green. I'll put up my pedophile demonic cane to you, and I cast a spell against you, Donald Trump. La. Man, y'all ain't have no clue what be going on out here in these streets. I'm not going to deal with her energy right now because I've been going back and forth to the Russian kid to bring me down, and she is going 10 levels above where I want to be. But thank you, beautiful sister. You're 100% right. And the whole reason why I wanted to show you this is because this is where the American people are. But the people have to get to this point. Because when you get to this point and it's time to take an illegal kid and his mom out of the city or out of the nation, people are going to be like, I don't care. Do what you got to do. They didn't care about us. You understand what I'm saying? We had to get to this point. Unfortunately, I hate the fact that we had to get to this point, but unfortunately, we had to get to this point. I don't even want to see it, but just hear somebody else going through it.
I cannot tell you how refreshing it was to wake up this morning and hear from other Democrats and see on my post other Democrats who are just as furious and ready to friggin' jump ship as I am. I'm not buying into what they're selling, because after what we saw yesterday, I'm actually glad that they pulled that yesterday, because people like me who have been disillusioned by the Democratic Party for a long time got to see an evilness there, got to see a diabolical side of the Democratic Party who's basically saying, we want you to fail. We don't care if you fail. It's like the scene in The Wizard of Oz when they finally go back to see the Great Oz and they pull the curtain back and it's just a little old man just standing there like that doesn't have a fucking clue. I'm not going to be afraid to voice my opinion anymore. I'm done. I am done. And you're not going to bully me off my own page by thinking logical thoughts. I'm not going to be gaslit by my own party. Not one day more. Not one day more. I'm
telling you, people finally reaching the point that we were 4 years ago. Remember when it all started? And it was like, you need to do this. You need to do this. Stand on this square. Stand on that red square. Stay this distance apart. We like, yo, hold on, homie. You don't tell me where to stand. You ain't the police of me. You ain't the boss of me. Well, you done lost your mind. Put this on. I don't want to put none of that on. But you need to protect me. No, I don't care if you protect me. Leave me alone. Get away from me. It just took that long for people to get to this point. Congratulations. I mean, honestly, congratulations. Because honestly, these people were literally held at gunpoint, assaulted emotionally. I mean, it's crazy what was done to people. And to see her liberated is an amazing thing. To see her get to the point where she said, I ain't about to be bullied by you. I don't give a damn. I ain't about to be bullied by you. It's a beautiful thing. And we need to applaud it. Now, there's this side of the conservative movement that you win by mocking, right? You got to know when not to mock. Once the ball starts rolling downhill, which is clearly the ball is rolling, now is the phase where it's like, hey, I'm glad you understand this now. Did you know this? Did you know this? Or were you aware of this? Were you aware of this? Have you seen this? So, we have excellent mockers and memers and trolls. So there's going to need to be an army of educators that move forth to help people understand the depths of the despair of this party and not just necessarily mock them. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting there. We're getting there. And I want to show you even more people who are signs that we are getting there. This woman right here is a pure on sign. And this is one you should celebrate. I'm going to tell you why this is one you should truly celebrate. It's because when you get these type of dynamic personalities in certain communities, everyone around her is going to wake up. She's worth 200,000 people waking up. Watch, listen.
I voted for Democrats my whole life. They never did anything they promised. They would come to the black church and sing some Negro spirituals with us and then disappear, peer. Once they got our vote, they never did anything they promised. I vote for a Republican once in my life, and this dude done did everything he promised on steroids. He ain't even been in office 2 months, and everything I voted for, I'm getting. It's amazing. Do he sleep? This dude, if he sleeps, he wake up on a mission to do what Nakia voted for. He said, Nakia want me to fix that border? I'm on it. Nakia want to make sure them tax dollars is being spent for Americans more than anybody else? I'm on it. Like, this dude wakes up, I feel like, with me in mind. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he be thinking about me. It's like being at the casino. You put in that Democrat coin, you put it in and you pull the thing and no, you gonna win. You gonna win. You put in another Democrat coin and you pull the thing and no, you didn't win. You put in that Republican coin. I put in a Republican coin for the first time. Pulled the
That's a wrap.
I freaking won. Wow. So you know what that tells me? That tells me to never vote for Democrats again in life. Ever. Because you're not going to win with them. I voted for a Republican once. And hit the jackpot, honey. I will continue to do that again and again and
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, you still got parts of the hood that's weaponized. You still got a segment of like single liberal white women that are weaponized in the white intelligentsia and the black intelligentsia that's weaponized. But it's okay. They can be weaponized because the overwhelming majority of the people are going to drag them into the future. And the intelligentsia, their problem is they're educated. And so they have pride of life. And that pride of life is hard for you to admit that you're wrong when you got the pride of life. It's like, man, I know what I'm talking about. You know, I got a master's degree in astrophysics and quantum computers. But you're dumb. You got all the book sense in the world, but you ain't got no damn common sense. So that it's a rare thing to have a balance between book sense and common sense. Either you got too much common sense and zero book sense, or you got too much book sense and zero common sense. When you come down the middle, it's this thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate. That's what it is. It's a thin line. When you get to that thin line is when all the magic happens. Because you can bounce both sides. Bing, boom, 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 boom. Talk to anybody. Boom, boom. And see, we got this alignment happening where common sense is becoming the line that everybody walking on. And as everybody walk on the line of common sense, it expands. It's no longer a thin line. It's a wide line. It's a roadway. It's a highway of common damn sense. And all of us is riding on the same highway, headed in the same direction. And we all happy. And we all moving forward. Now, I'm going to take a break because it's prayer time, and I'm 18 minutes late for my prayers because ain't nobody text me. I figured they was going to text me, and they know when I go past noon. So I figured they sitting there talking right now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're going to wait on DW. I ain't going to keep them waiting much longer. I'll be back. It's going to take me about an hour. I'll be back. But I'm going to pick up where I left off. Yeah, I'm going to pick up.